Welcome to Articulated. I'm Eddie, and this is the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Archive Collection Grand Admiral Thrawn. In this review, we'll be taking a look at the first Thrawn to use face printing tech, and hopefully not the last. But first, some housekeeping. Grand Admiral Thrawn, aka Mithral Nuru Odo, was created by writer Timothy Zahn in the 1991 novel Heir to the Empire. This figure, however, is based on Thrawn's canon appearance in the Star Wars Rebels television series, with a little Black Series twist to help it fit in with the rest of the line. With an MSRP of $19.99, Thrawn only comes with one accessory, his trusty RK-3 blaster, standard issue for all officers of the Galactic Empire. Out of the 21 pieces that make up this figure, 100% are reused. Kinda. This is a re-release of a re-release, but we'll give it a slight pass. 24% of those pieces have some sort of paint applied, and 29 points of articulation link these pieces together. Thrawn stands 6 1/8 inches tall, or 15 centimeters. We don't have many Black Series figures to compare it to, but here's GameStop exclusive Fallen Order Shadow Trooper, Marvel Legends Fox Deadpool, and Force Unleashed Stormtrooper Commander. Thrawn has been an incredibly popular character for the past 30 years, and that's reflected in the secondary market prices of the original figures. So it's great to get another opportunity to add him to our collections. Like the previous Rebels characters, the Black Series team has decided to tone down whatever art style this is and adapt his features to appear more realistic. So far, the sculpt is unique to this character, which could help him stand apart from the other officers on your shelf. Textures are distinct, which the limited deco complements nicely. The face printing technology is the major distinction with this figure, bringing this release up to par with the rest of the line. Otherwise, articulation is kept standard with the rest of the line, and the blaster remains accurate to its on-screen appearance. But that's the good. What about the not so good? The price-to-value ratio is heavily skewed towards price with this figure, and while that's the trend with most of this line, it's particularly evident in this case. DC Multiverse can create even larger sculpts with far more deco and articulation for the same price, while Marvel Legends can re-release figures and similar amounts of deco and accessories in simplified packaging for just $15. If you have the previous release, it might not be worth the minor face printing upgrade. On to the actual figure. The upper boots are a slightly different value than the lower, while the same difference can be seen in the metallic-y sheen of the white skirt compared to the rest of the white material on his uniform. There's nothing terribly missing from the articulation other than the lack of vertical hinges for the gun-holding hands. But now that we know the bad, how do we fix it? $15 would have been a perfect price tag for what we're getting in this release. But because Hasbro wants to make as much money as possible, $20 with an additional 1 or 2 accessories would have kept the mouths of people like ours shut. Maybe throw in the Kalkori totem from the SDCC release, or the new Yaslamir, included with the upcoming Heir to the Empire Luke Skywalker. Photoreal deco is the main draw of this release, so why not utilize more? Add blue highlights to the hair, add shading to the veins and fingernails on his hands, something to justify the price. I mentioned vertical hinges before, but another approach would simply be to include interchangeable hands, which I know is very unlike Black Series, but seems like a silly omission when virtually every other successful action figure line does it. Despite the price point, this Thrawn is a great representation of the character. just not a standout action figure. With a few more accessories to really get your money's worth, this could have been an excellent release. Instead, it's just an incremental update that you might not even need if you have one of the originals. With Thrawn being name-dropped in The Mandalorian, let's hope the next release is more worth it.
If you've enjoyed our style, give this video a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. And follow us on Instagram and Twitter @articulatedshow. If you want to support us in a more direct way, consider subscribing on Patreon. Links and info in the description.
With its unique but reused sculpt, limited deco scheme with only a minor photoreal upgrade, this Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Archive Collection Grand Admiral Thrawn earns a final score of 62. If you made it this far, let us know in the comments, would you like to see us cover more Black Series, or maybe not? And special thanks to Sentinel Collections for transcribing our video for our Spanish-speaking audience. I'm Eddie, and this is Articulated.